Hello everybody, welcome back to the homestead. Today's project is going to be my wife's idea. So, alright, what are we doing?
Cleaning out the barn.
She wants to clean out the barn. Now that does not sound like a very fun project.
But it needs done.
Yes, but it does need done. Unless you like 12 inches of hay building up and bedding building up in the goat stall. So, we're going to go ahead and check on the pigs real quick, and then we're going to come back and we're going to start cleaning out this barn and all the gook that's in there, and then we're going to show you our compost problem because we are getting a lot of material that needs composted, and it's just building up. We're going to have to do something about it. Hey, Vicky. Okay, time to start the barn cleaning. So I think the big job is going to be right here in the goat stall. This is what we really want to get cleaned up. So the goats waste a lot of hay. We didn't put really any bedding down. Did you put bedding down? You did put some straw down, didn't you?
After I cleaned out the barn the last time, a couple months ago, I put very little, like 1 or 2 flakes of straw.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of straw on this floor originally, and everything on top of that is all hay that the goats waste out of this hay feeder right here. So this is gonna be pretty nasty stuff. You'll see once we start cleaning it, because underneath here it's just gonna be nasty. It looks good on top, but once we get digging into this, it is going to stink. So here comes the first load of hay to be composted. So let me show you our terrible compost pile. It needs a little bit of work. Well, this nice cool day is not feeling so cool anymore. We're starting to break a sweat getting our workout in today. So this is the compost pile. This is our compost pile. We've had this here for several years. We probably established this in about the first year we moved out here, or not moved out here, when we bought the property. We had chickens out here, and we composted. When we cleaned out the chicken coop, we would put it in here and compost it. It was usually already half composted from the chicken coop by the time we put it in here, so it was a lot less material back then, and it was a big enough space where we could rotate it and turn the pile. Now that we have goats, more livestock, we are creating way more material that needs composted. So now this area has just kind of gone out of control. It's just one big hay mound. Basically, there's no place to rotate it. I don't really have water close by to wet this down. It's just in a bad location for a compost pile, and it's just not set up for the amount of compost that we need. So we need to come up with a new system for compost. So I've got some ideas in mind. I'm sure that you guys got some great ideas as well. So I'm looking for a system that I can use my tractor with, so I can either be able to pick it up with the tractor, or add material with the tractor, maybe even kind of roll the material or whatever with the tractor. It needs to be in a location close to water, and I'd like it to be close to the barn as well, so I don't have to travel as far with the compost. So I know a lot of people are going to suggest, well, why don't you just use chickens? Put it in the barnyard, chickens will stir that all up. And that's true. Chickens will be able to go through that and they'll stir it all up. They'll help kind of compost it. But I can't get my tractor into the barnyard to get in there and pick it up, because there's not enough room to turn the tractor and maneuver the tractor. My barnyard is very small, so that kind of negates being able to get back in there and pick it up with a tractor. So I don't think I'm going to be able to use the chickens for the hay, and use those two together. It's just going to have to be a spot outside the barnyard for the new compost pile. So any suggestions you got, leave them in the comments box below. So let's go ahead and head back and clean more on the barn. Well, we just got done cleaning the barn. We went to the house to get a drink and relax for a second, and we came back, and all of the chickens have now moved all the straw around, and it's not nice and neat no more. But we're glad the barn's all clean now. Rebekah finally, she went around the whole barn. She got all those spider webs cleaned up.
They were horrible. They were everywhere.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know what is, we don't remember spider webs being bad in here until we put livestock in here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was just like the spiders went crazy. And of course they're too high up for the chickens to be able to get to them. But man, this thing is just, was coated in spider webs bad. So
over the summer I thought it was okay because they would eat the mosquitoes. We don't have any mosquitoes in here, but
yeah, that could be. So the barn is all clean. We didn't end up like hosing it out or anything, or using bleach on the floor or nothing. This is just kind of more of a quick clean. So we used barn lime. So barn lime, we put it on the floor. It really helps.
Yeah.
Helps keep the odor down. It gets the ammonia smell out. Kind of gets the the urine and the ammonia smell out, and everything smells a lot better in here. And what else? So we spread straw on the floor, and everything's good to go. So we did get the goat stall cleaned out, and then we also cleaned out the other small stall as well. I think just so it's all ready in case Rebekah decides to get another.
I said just in case of an accidental animal.
And in case if she comes home accidentally with an animal, there's another stall that's empty and nice and clean.
Ready to go.
Yes. So we have another stall clean in case something happens to ride home with Rebekah one of these days. So I don't know if you could tell, but as we were cleaning this stall up, as the deeper you dug into it, like the wetter and the gookier it got, it was like black, and that's where kind of all the urine kind of goes to the bottom. And it really didn't smell too bad. That covering of hay in here, it didn't really smell bad, but as soon as you dug down in there,
it was terrible.
Yeah, it was nasty, and that was really hard to scoop up. And it's the worst in front of the hay feeder.
Yeah, they just stand up there and pee and poop and eat all at the same time.
Yeah, so that's probably like the one place that they're normally standing in the barn, because most of the other time they're out in the barnyard, and so definitely in front of the hay feeder is the worst spot. So we also did clean the back of the barn, like back in there that we haven't renovated yet. So there was a bunch of junk and everything on the ground and wood scraps and stuff that we had never really picked up from building all these stalls. So we got that all cleaned up. It's all nice and clean back here now. And so I think if we want to continue on building more stalls, it's all ready to go.
We put this fence panel piece up here, and I think that'll keep the chickens and goats from going back there and pooping everywhere and making it a mess again.
Yeah, so yeah, that makes a nice barrier to keep that side clean. So hopefully next time we won't have to clean the entire barn. It'll just be right in this area right here. So, well, anyway, guys, I think that's it for today's video. Just a simple video of cleaning out the barn. Showed you guys the compost pile that doesn't work, and that we need to do something differently so that we can be able to take all the stuff here in the barn, turn it into compost so we can use it in the garden and use it around the property. So I think that's it. This was Rebekah's plan for today.
This is the first time he's helped me clean out the barn, so he got to see what it was like.
Okay, whatever. I'm not even gonna argue. So anyway, that's it, guys. We'll see you in the next video.